I'm a 31-year-old woman, married to my husband Daniel, who's 33. We've been together for 6 years, married for 3, and live just 20 minutes away from his mother, Patricia. She's 62, opinionated, and has a way of turning every family gathering into a performance about how things used to be done. Since our wedding, I've hosted every major holiday: Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. I'm not a perfectionist, but I like things organized. I plan menus, check dietary needs, decorate early, and make sure everyone feels welcome. It worked for a while. Then Patricia decided that my style was too formal. At first it was small things. She'd rearrange centerpieces after I'd finished setting the table. She'd open the oven to peek inside and check my timing, saying she just wanted to help. Guests would laugh it off. I tried to laugh too, but each year her comments got louder. Last Easter was the breaking point. We had family from out of town sitting down for brunch when Patricia suddenly got up and began moving the seating cards I'd placed earlier. She wanted Daniel's cousins to sit closer to their side and started pulling chairs mid-meal. I asked her calmly to stop. People were eating. She looked around, smiled sweetly, and announced, "Emily's being controlling again." Everyone froze. Daniel tried to brush it off, telling me later that his mom didn't mean it that way. But the moment replayed in my head all night. I wasn't angry as much as I was done, so I told him, if I'm such a control freak, maybe someone else should take the reins next time. The next morning, Patricia jumped at the opportunity. She said she'd host Thanksgiving herself this year. "It'll be simple and authentic," she bragged, as if I'd been running a corporate event instead of a dinner table. I smiled, handed her my spreadsheets, recipes, and grocery lists, and told her she could take full charge. Daniel hesitated. He's a peacekeeper by nature, and I could see the worry in his face. He asked if I was sure. I told him yes. If Patricia thought my way was too much, she could show us how it should really be done. A few days later, she was already deep in planning mode. She started a family group chat, renamed it Patricia's Thanksgiving, and began sending mixed messages, changing menus, switching dates, and confusing everyone. One day she said she'd make everything from scratch. The next, she mentioned ordering half the meal. Her messages came with questions that made no sense. How many people eat bread? Do we have any of those big plates Emily used? I stayed quiet and redirected anything logistical to Daniel. I had work deadlines anyway, and honestly, it was easier to just let her manage. A week later, I began getting polite messages from relatives. "Is your mother-in-law okay? She seems overwhelmed." I replied that Patricia was hosting this year and that I was sure she had everything under control. Patricia, meanwhile, started telling people I'd abandoned her to deal with everything alone, conveniently skipping the part where she demanded to take over. I kept my distance. She wanted control. She'd have it, start to finish. By the time Thanksgiving week arrived, she still hadn't finalized the grocery list. Daniel mentioned that his mom had mixed up the catering order twice and was panicking about oven space. I just told him to remind her gently that she was in charge. That night, as I checked my calendar, I realized I hadn't had a single stress headache all month. For the first time in years, the holidays were quiet. And somewhere across town, Patricia was discovering that hosting isn't as simple or as authentic as she thought. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, Patricia was more confident than ever. She told everyone she had things under control, though nothing was actually ready. Her phone calls to Daniel started early each morning. Questions about turkey weight, table sizes, and what kind of butter to buy. He'd hang up shaking his head, realizing his mom hadn't written any of it down. She had lists scattered across sticky notes and envelopes. When Daniel stopped by her house to